Their names led the charge in the history books of the United States. Juan Ponce de León led the first known expedition to land in the continental US and named it Florida in 1513. Pedro de Peralta established the city of Santa Fe, New Mexico in 1610, just 3 years after Jamestown. Bernardo de Galvez, captain of the soldiers that took Pensacola, Florida back from the British in 1771. Alejandro Malaspina, the first to explore the California coastline in 1789. From pre-revolutionary times through independence, Hispanics and Hispanic Americans have played a pivotal role in culture, economics, and politics. This powerful history led to Florida sending the first Hispanic to Congress in 1822.
Spain laid the first footprints on American soil and allied itself closely with the American Revolution. The footprints of our ancestors are part of the fabric of this great country.
My great state of Florida sent the first Hispanic to Congress, José Marión Hernández, in 1822.
After the Mexican-American War in 1848, the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo added the states of Arizona, California, Colorado, Montana, Nevada, New Mexico, Texas, and Utah to the United States. Throughout U.S. history, Hispanic Americans have been committed to having their voices heard at the highest level of government. After the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, New Mexico becomes a territory and sends its first member to Congress, José Manuel Gallegos, in 1853.
California Norte sent its first representative to Congress in 1877. Romualdo Pacheco was the first Hispanic to chair a standing committee.
Their labors laid the groundwork for the freedom we enjoy today.
After the Spanish-American War, the Treaty of Versailles was signed in 1898, once again changing the face of Hispanic Americans in Congress. Puerto Rico sent its first representative to Congress in 1901, Federico de Getao. New Mexico elected the first Hispanic U.S. Senator in 1928, Octaviano Larrazolo.
Between 1900 and 1960, 17 Latinos were elected to Congress. These pioneers powerfully influenced the political landscape in the last century.
Within that period, Puerto Rico sent 9 resident commissioners, starting with the first in 1901.
We have opportunities because of these leaders who held fast the power of the American dream.
The history of Hispanics in the United States Senate began in New Mexico in 1928.
This history is my history, our history, that drives us and inspires us to succeed.
As the U.S. Hispanic population grew, so too did the presence of Hispanic Americans in office. Nearly 465 years after those first footsteps in Florida, 5 Hispanic Americans, the Honorable Edward R. Roybal, the Honorable Henry B. Gonzalez, the Honorable Herman Badillo, the Honorable Eligio Kika de la Garza, and the Honorable Baltasar Corrada del Rio established the Congressional Hispanic Caucus Institute to promote education and increase Hispanic American participation in policymaking.
Since 1960, more Hispanics have been elected to Congress than in the previous 140 years.
This is the greatest democracy in the world, and we have the great duty of being a strong voice for freedom and for equality.
In 1977, 5 members of Congress created a stronger voice for a growing community and the future. The Congressional Hispanic Caucus and the Institute were born. We are the leaders of today and tomorrow.
And the momentum continued. The 1980s and 90s marked growth in state delegations by Hispanic Americans. Texas grew from 2 to 4, and California grew by 3. Ileana Ross Lehtinen was elected the first Cuban American and the first Hispanic woman to serve in Congress, and the first Hispanic American representative from Florida in 166 years. Arizona elects Ed Pastor to the House. New Jersey and Illinois elected their first Hispanic American congressmen, Robert Menendez and Luis Gutierrez. and the Hispanic caucus grew to 20 members, representing 8 states, Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and Guam.
We continue to break new grounds, electing Hispanics in new states that did not have representation before. And with hard work, we will increase our numbers this election.
After the 1990 census, redistricting resulted in the largest class of new Hispanic members. The 103rd Congress included 10 new Hispanic members.
In 1993, the total number of Hispanic Americans in Congress increased to 20, the largest, most diverse group in its history.
Our work is far from done. As we close in on the first decade of a new century, Hispanic Americans are poised for even greater accomplishments and even greater dreams.
Today, there are 30 Hispanic members of Congress representing 8 states and Puerto Rico.
We stand before you today as proud Hispanic Americans, dedicated to serving this great nation of ours.
We are 45 million strong, and by the year 2020, 1 of 5 Americans will be of Hispanic descent. Half will be under the age of 25.
We will open every door we encounter. We will break down every barrier that stands in our way. We will do it for those that come behind us.
We are one voice. We are one people. We are united. Together, we have the power to make the difference.